Well, in case you had the appetite for another level up, I actually have a level up for you here.
I've got an appetite, all right.
And you've been looking forward to this all day, I'm sure, once I sent you
Yeah, once I saw it
the
on the
sketch.
show notes.
I would like to level you up on making great puns.
Oh, good.
I assume this is really why I was brought on the show to begin with. I've been slow rolling it until now, but I really couldn't sign off on it until it was perfect. So I think that I've finally gotten there. So I don't come from the Rich Hagon-esque school of the 10-minute wind up for the really contorted pun that you just and it's just big setup. That's really not my style. And if you've listened to Limited Resources, I think you probably know that. Or if you've listened to coverage or my draft videos or
well, you
my
don't make
articles.
puns on here, do you?
No, sorry,
I haven't heard any, but
if you want a guide on how to set up these elaborate, pre-scripted, very clearly rehearsed puns, MTG Rich on Twitter is the person to go to.
He's
That's
the
not
guy. Yes,
and his are great. I mean, I have definitely enjoyed them, but we come from a very different school of thought. What I can help you do, and what I'm going to try to help you do today, is get better at making topical and subtle puns, because I'm definitely known for my subtlety. These are ones that naturally fit into the flow of conversations, and when you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Once you've mastered this art, you're going to have unlimited resources at your disposal. The world is going to be your oyster. So step one's the tough part. This is the big one. This is become well versed in word association. This is your bread and butter, your meat and potatoes, your biscuits and gravy. I think about food a reasonable amount, but basically what you're trying to do here is know a lot of words and names for things that are interchangeable so you can make connections. And what you're trying to connect it into either is something that you're about to say or something that just got said by someone else. So, something topical. Another big win here is homophones. These are words that sound the same when said but have different meaning. So,
which
something
English is rife with, by the way.
Oh yeah, English is I think one of the better languages for puns because it is such a strange, complicated, and inefficient language that has a lot of different words that sound the same and mean the same thing or mean different things. So this part is the hardest part. This is the part that really takes a lot of training and practice. And it requires a lot of thinking on your feet. If you want to do this style, you really have to, be snappy with it. You have to get there really quickly. You have to have a pretty wide vocabulary to know. First of all, you have to know a lot of different words, and you have to know the rules of grammar in order to contort them terribly to make these great jokes. And I think it really is a way of thinking. It's not a specific change. I'm being completely serious here. I think it actually really helps your mental agility, and I'm convinced that part of the reason I'm good at doing commentary or videos or podcasts, no comments on whether I'm good or not.
You're good.
Let's just go with my assumption. I think part of the reason I'm good at that is because I'm used to thinking on the fly. It might be because I got trained in this because I wanted to make these great jokes, but regardless of how I got there, this did really give me a lot of practice in paying a very close attention to what's going on, what's going to happen, because a lot of times you're going to anticipate the direction a conversation is heading and try to start thinking of things to say. And then, get there on the topical, quote, joke. And I do think that this has actually helped me a lot. But if you're good at doing this, then a lot of these things will just spring to mind. So just try to think of, ways to use the words that are being said or going to be said, and ways to kind of integrate those in a normal conversation. Like I said, the best ones are the ones that your audience isn't even sure you made a pun, because then you truly win. And the next step is just apply this similarity or the substitution to something being said. And here's some examples. When we were talking about Miss Intruder, I said we missed on the original rating. And that's a perfect use of a homophone, because in this case, I used the word missed as in missed intruder, but I was using it in place of the word missed as in, missed the mark. It's incredibly clever. You missed it the first time, which is why I'm kind of going over it step by step here. But
I didn't miss anything.
I think that that's one of the examples of something that just goes in a natural flow of conversation, and you're kind of, these work a lot better verbally, but I do write them out anyway because, hey, written articles need them too. Or you're doing something like saying, I don't mind drawing that when you draw Jace the Mind Sculptor. You saw that you could use the word mind in some other capacity. And, that's just another example of excellent joking. So
far we have an A+ and an excellent. All right.
So the last step, and this is the crucial step. Lower your bar.
This is what you've really mastered.
Yeah. This is really how you get to the next level. This is a level up episode, or maybe a level down episode. I don't know. And I want to borrow the words of Paul Sheehan here. You can't hit a home run unless you take a lot of swings, or I guess Wayne Gretzky would really be the original. You miss all the shots you don't take. Mm-hmm. So there are very few pitches that I won't take a swing at. And as far as I'm concerned, my audience is one. It's me. And as long as it amuses me, then it's a success. And I let that guide me. Because honestly, what's the penalty for making a bad joke? Really nothing. What's the penalty for what's the reward for making a great joke? It's immense. It's just incredible. So in order to be confident and to really, really let the world bask in your sense of humor, you just lower your bar. Don't worry about if it's good. Just get them out there. Quantity, I believe in quantity over quality, though I'm pretty sure I just deliver both. Sometimes I miss. I have an example of one recently where I didn't quite work out, where Brock Parker on Twitter described a turkey as a little smoky, and I said, as a bandit? And if you actually, in reality, that doesn't make any sense. And I got called out for the quote, lazy and nonsensical pun. Smokey and the Bandit were just two different people. What you said makes no sense. And I'm willing to admit that kind of missed there. What I said was in fact lazy and nonsensical. That being said, it didn't bother me at all. That didn't demotivate me. Why would it? On the quest for the perfect joke, you've got to come out with your, misfired Smokey and the Bandits. There's really no way to tell if a joke is great without using it, so just fire away. And if you follow these 3 easy steps, which is start thinking of word associations and getting in the habit of trying to think of all different connections you can make, do some word substitutions or incorporate those words into topical sentences, and then just lower your bar completely. In fact, dismantle the bar, kick the bar out. It's no longer needed at all. And I think that once you master those 3 things, then you have, you're on your way to leveling up when it comes to pun mastery.
I have 2 comments. One is that you almost renamed the show on accident today when you said Explosive Education, which is a great name for the show.
Well, it's not as good as Unlimited Resources. But
no. And then the sentence that I'm reading here actually is from this thing that you wrote about puns. And I think taken out of context, it probably wouldn't apply it, but it says, that's the risk you take in pursuit of greatness. And instead of bothering me, it motivates me.
Yeah, isn't that inspirational? That is perfect.